Do you have a thought on why religion is growing in Latin America and economic growth is on the increase? Why it's the same with Asia, and then Africa is not doing so well? Are we missing it somewhere? What are we doing wrong? And what role has religion got to play with it? Over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay, like I said during my lecture, nations, one of the cardinal reasons why nations become great is the strength of their policies. And policies are a reflection of the convictions. It is a man's conviction that is translated to the laws that govern any territory. And so when nations fail, it is not necessarily because of faith. It is because of the practice, the way and manner that faith is practiced. I give you an example. This is a phone that can be used for both good and evil. A terrorist can use this phone to destroy, for instance, and someone can use this phone to save lives. So whether through destruction or salvation, it still came from the same phone. It was just how it was used. So it's been my advocacy, and if you notice in my lecture, I said how that I think the challenge with Africa, in spite of the growing churches, that there has to be a re-examination of the content and the practice of faith. So the problem is not faith in itself, but the approach. For instance, extremisms. For instance, advocacies of hate. For instance, wrong teachings, even from the Bible, that have made responsible people to become irresponsible. When you teach on things like grace and favor and so on and so forth, if not balanced, will put an individual to leave everything about the making of his destiny to the hands of God while not taking responsibility. So I think that those who spearhead the faith-based platforms, of course, in addition to the leadership that is largely in Africa. So it's a leadership problem at any level, whether spiritual leadership, economic leadership, political leadership. In one word, the reason for the stuntedness, in spite of spirituality, is leadership.